there and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be deconstructing some cocktail umbrellas because I don't use them for anything else and I didn't want to put them in the bin, and I thought actually these can make a very nice little journaling spread. Simple but effective. So the first thing I'm doing is I am chopping off the top of the umbrella and taking out the stick, and then I am cutting the wooden edges off for the take the umbrella bit off. And then that means that they sort of fold out flat. We may have to take a bit out later, but at the moment they fold out flat, and I'm doing that with several. I've got two different spreads to try today. One with normal cocktail umbrellas, and as you can see this one's actually a leaf because I managed to get hold of some watermelon cocktail umbrellas. I don't quite know where they all came from. I am just trying to use up what's in my stash and trying to be as creative as possible while doing it. So I'm literally just going to prepare all of the cocktail umbrellas. It's just a case of slowly deconstructing them just to make sure that all the pointy bits are out and they will literally sit flat on a page. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is just take out the edges where the cardboard bits of the umbrella just go over the edges, because we don't really need those bits in. I did try and take all the cardboard bits off, but it started tearing the paper, so we need to leave them on there, but at least just chop the edges off just so that you can't see them once you've stuck them down. Oh, you might get a little bit of glue or something in the middle, so I tried to pull that off as well. We want them as flat as possible if they're going to go in our journals. So I've just got 4 at the moment, and I'm going to cut a slit into them because that means that they will actually sit flat. Otherwise, they're still a little bit umbrella shaped, and we kind of need them to be flat if they're going in a book. But we can hide the slit later, so we don't need to worry about the fact there's going to be a huge gap, because there isn't. All will be revealed. Okay, so now we just take our journal and a clean page, and then I'm placing them on just to see where I think they're going to sit best, and then I'm going to get my trusty amazing Pritt stick out. For some reason the silver ones just stick so much better than a normal Pritt stick, so I'm definitely going to be getting another one of these when it runs out. And literally I'm just placing them on. Make sure you smooth it all out, otherwise you'll get the crinkles from the umbrella, which is if you want the crinkles then that's fine, but I wanted mine nice and smooth so it just looked like circles of the pattern on the paper. I'm more using this as pattern paper than anything else. As you can see, I'm just smoothing it all out. It's going over the edges of the pages, but I'll sort that in a minute. Yeah, I need to make sure I put enough glue on them, because otherwise, yeah, they won't stick all the way around. And then I'm going to do one in every corner, and then I'm probably going to do one halfway up. So smoothing out the paper again. And it's making sure you haven't got any bits that are going to stick up, so you might need to glue those down as well. But yeah, as I don't really drink in this household, we are using our cocktail umbrellas for the greater good, and we are crafting with them, which I didn't think was a bad idea. Because even my friends don't really drink either, so, you know, and it seems a shame to, oh, got an extra umbrella. It seems a shame to waste them. While I'm cutting out, if you like what you're seeing, this is quite a basic layout, but I do more complicated ones. If you like what you're seeing, then please like, subscribe, do all those YouTubey things, and maybe tell me what you're crafting with, because I'm always looking for suggestions of ways that I can recycle stuff. Generally households, you know, just anything that may look a little bit pretty on a page, I'm always willing to recycle it, and, you know, take a look at it and just think, hang on a minute, this could make something beautiful, and it's clearing out my home. So it's almost like nice decluttering, because it's decluttering with a purpose and I get to craft at the same time. It's like win-win, really. So that's my somewhat finished, I say somewhat finished, I need to cut it down and I need to write my title. So this is July's. I'm a little bit behind, and I'm doing 2 tonal lettering. It's just simple, doesn't need to be complicated, because literally I want the cocktail umbrellas to do all of the talking. Which ironically, when I should show this to some people at work, they did get very excited. So it clearly worked. It clearly did what it needed to do. But yeah, I'm also going to put one of these leaves on there as well, because I just think there's a gap. We don't want a gap. It did tear though, so I did have to glue half of it and then glue the other half on it as well. But yeah, I've had some really nice comments about this one, because I always go and show my focus group at work to see what they think of the latest crazy crafty design that I've come up with, and they thought this was a really inventive idea because it's recycling. So it's always nice to try something different, and it's always nice to recycle something on the way, so it's all good. I may do this again in different journals and see what happens. Because I feel like having done this, we could venture into more exciting spreads, but we could do all the usual spreads that I do with these umbrellas. And I've got like what feels like 11 billion of them. It's crazy how many of these umbrellas I've got. Clearly someone bought me a packet. I've got a vague feeling I bought them in lockdown for a crafting activity, and then I've never used them since. So today was the day that we're going to use them. Okay, so now I am just cutting off the excess and then gluing down any bits of cocktail umbrella that are not quite as stuck down as I would have hoped. But yeah, I'm literally just cutting them in relation to the sides of the pages, because you don't want anything, there's no point having anything hanging off. But it's quite good to have the pages edges as a guide. Sorry, it's moved off the page now, but I'm concentrating, so I haven't noticed. Yeah, so now you'll see me do more cutting. But literally, I'm cutting out the edges off the pages. And you can't really see the gaps either. They're sort of quite artistic gaps, if there are any. So, yeah. Back to cocktail umbrellas. So yeah, they came in a variety of colours. I got a vague feeling I was doing a work crafting exercise as a video during lockdown, and then I found them and I was like, oh, maybe I need to do something with these. Well, I do need to do something with these because I'm trying to tidy up, and the job for the rest of this year and for 2025 is going to be how much can I not buy and how much can I use what's here, what's in my home. And yeah, I think it's going to be a very bits and bobs year, but I think it's going to be a very interesting year, because my journal this time has been very much, not this one, my normal one, it's been very themed. So I've worked on themes this time because I had a very nice themed notebook from Scribble and Dot. But the next one I've decided I've already started saving for the next one. And I think it's going to be more of a let's use stuff up. So it could be quite radically different all the time. I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. I'll see if I can psych myself into that. Okay, so that's July. So for August, we're going to get out the watermelon cocktail umbrellas. And I'm just chopping the tips off like I did on the last one, set of umbrellas. It's also, you've got to cut the tips off the leaves. So, yeah, you don't have to cut the tips off all of them, but it's just a case of any viewable tips, you just cut them off. And then it's cutting the slit in them again so that they sit flat. And then we cover them in glue and stick them to the page. This is probably going to be a slight variation on what I did on the last page, but it's going to be relatively similar. But still got some more umbrellas left over, so it could get more inventive as the spreads go on. Who knows? If I suddenly get an oh my god moment, probably at 2:00 in the morning, then another spread will be born. Yeah, it's very, very important to sort of smooth them all out as much as possible. I do quite like the watermelon ones. Actually, I like all of the umbrellas. They've come out really nicely, but the watermelon ones, I was like, oh, maybe we could do a Dirty Dancing theme. Oh, there's a plan. Right, I'll write that one down for later. Anyway, so I decided to put the leaves along the bottom, so you probably won't see the whole of the leaves, because they'll literally be a little bit, and then we'll end up cutting the rest off. I am alternatively keeping all these bits, because who knows, I might be able to use them at some point. They've got a month, and then if they're not used, then they go into the recycling. But I also, through this, I figured that I do need a little bin on my desk. So I bought a bin. It's very exciting. I went out and bought a little bin. And I've decided it needs decoration. The bin is a little bit boring. So I am going to get my Cricut out, and I'm going to take you guys along for the ride, probably in about a week's time. And then, yeah, we're going to decorate the bin. I haven't decided what I want to decorate it with yet. So it'll be interesting to see what design I decide to decorate my bin with. Because normally things are either gonks or Care Bears. But I think we might move away from that this time. We'll see. In about a week's time, we'll see how the decorated bin ended up for just papery bits. So just while I'm crafting, you may have noticed throughout this video and throughout others, I end up just accumulating lots of bits of rubbish. So it's having somewhere to put them, otherwise they just all end up everywhere. So I'm very excited for my bin. Sad life that we lead. Anyway, back to the spread. So I've cut off the edges again, or started to cut off the edges again. And then I am just gluing them down a little bit more, just in case the glue didn't reach the edge of the page. And then we'll just start chopping off the leaves on the other side. Yeah, sometimes I use a craft knife really lightly, just so that I can get a much more clean cut, especially if it's like in this, it's in the crease where the book shuts. Otherwise, you may find that your journal may not shut, and that annoys me. I can't do it. So as they're watermelons, we have to have a red and a green pen. And then we're just going to write August. I'll put it a little bit closer. And we zoom out, we can actually see the finished August page.